Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to understand the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner examination, specifically the CLF-C02 version. Before starting your preparation, it is very important to understand the nature of examination, question pattern, scoring, and different exam domains. So in this video, let's understand these one by one. What is AWS Cloud Practitioner certification? The AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner certification is designed for individuals who want to demonstrate an overall understanding of the AWS cloud irrespective of their specific job role. You do not need to be an expert in AWS to appear for this examination. AWS indicates that the target candidate may have up to 6 months of exposure to AWS cloud design, implementation or operations. The certification is also suitable for candidates from non-IT backgrounds who are beginning their AWS cloud journey. Now, what does the exam validate? The examination mainly checks whether you understand the value of cloud computing and fundamentals of AWS. You should be able to explain the value of AWS cloud, understand AWS shared responsibility model, understand security best practices, understand the AWS costing, economics and billing, identify core AWS services and identify AWS services for common use cases as well. So this is primarily a fundamentals and understanding based examination. Now, what is not expected? An important point for beginners is that you are not expected to perform advanced technical tasks for the certification. For example, coding, cloud architecture design, troubleshooting, implementation, and load or performance testing are listed as out of scope for target candidate. So, don't approach this exam as if you are preparing for an advanced AWS technical certification. Now we'll check out what the recommended knowledge from AWS we should have to appear for the AWS Cloud Practitioner certification. The candidate should have understanding of concepts, security and compliances in AWS, core AWS services and AWS cloud economics and pricing. Now we'll check out how the exam outline we have to face while appearing for the examination. The examination has two types of questions. The first is multiple choice, where there is one correct answer and 3 incorrect options. The second is multiple response, where you need to select 2 or more correct answers from the given options. One very important point. Unanswered questions are considered incorrect, but there is no penalty for guessing. So make sure you attempt every question. How many questions are there? There are total 65 questions. Out of these, 50 questions contribute to your score. The remaining 15 questions are unscored, means these questions are used by AWS to evaluate questions for possible future use. The important thing is that these 15 questions are not identified during the examination. Now let's understand the scoring. The exam follows a pass or fail result. Your result is reported as a scaled score between 100 and 1000. The minimum passing score is 700. And remember, you don't have to pass each individual domain separately. AWS uses a compensatory scoring model. So, your overall performance determines whether you pass or fail, right? Now, let's come to one of the most important parts, the 4 exam domains in CLF-C02. This covers the domain 1, cloud concepts covers the benefits of AWS cloud, cloud design principles, migration concepts and cloud economics, which carries 24% of weightage in the examination. Domain 2, which is related with security and compliance, which carries 30% of the overall weightage. This includes the shared responsibility model, security, governance, compliance, and access management. Domain 3 is about cloud technology and services, which has 34% of overall weightage, and this is the highest weighted domain. It covers deployment and operations, AWS global infrastructure, compute, databases, networking, storage, AI and ML, analytics, and other AWS services. And last domain is billing, pricing, and support, which carries 12% of overall weightage. This covers billing, pricing, cost management, technical resources, and AWS support actions. Now, if you have previously seen the CLF-C01 examination, you may wonder what changed in CLF-C02. The CLF-C01 was in use until September 18, 2023, while CLF-C02 came into use from September 19, 2023. The domain weightage also changed. In CLF-C01, technology carried 33% and security and compliance carried 25%. In CLF-C02, cloud technology and services carried 34% while security and compliance increased up to 30%. Cloud concepts is now 24% and billing, pricing, support is 12%. Also, CLF-C02 introduced a new task related to migration to AWS Cloud, including AWS Cloud Adoption Framework. AWS states that no content was deleted. Some content from CLF-C01 was reorganized or recategorized in CLF-C02. So before you begin your preparation, make sure you understand the exam pattern, scoring system, and domain weightage. So before you begin your preparation, make sure you understand the pattern, you understand the 4 domains, specifically security and compliance and cloud technology services. Practice questions to understand the exam pattern, and know there is no negative marking, so you should attempt every question. And remember, you have to understand the concepts. Don't try to memorize them. Try to practice on the services. Try to revise the things, and definitely you will be able to clear the cloud practitioner examination. Thank you so much for watching, and in the next video we'll see much more details of AWS Cloud Practitioner examination preparation. Thank you so much.